The Dominus is now here in Path of Titans. Now, I will add a disclaimer here right at the beginning because there'll be no attacking, like fighting showcases of the abilities and stuff in this video, mainly because this is in single player and it's not actually released while I'm filming this. I have gotten permission to do this early, just in case it releases while I'm on holiday. So, this is the Dominus. A big thank you to Rospaw for giving me permission to cover this early so I can show you all when it releases. This is it in its final release state, so this will be what you see. Now, one of the other things that is very important here, this thing doesn't have projectile attacks just yet. However, Rospaw did say if I find the message, it will have breath attacks once they get their hands on the new stuff, but they're assuming that it will be released before they get their hands on that new stuff. So like the spit kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Now let's go ahead and showcase this off. This is the species. You've got Kaylee, which is beautiful. I love this one. I love the spikes on the head. I love the detail on this dragon. Then you've got Arcus, which by the looks of it has bigger crest like horns. They're more curved, right? And then on the tail it also changes very slightly as well. Then you've got Tenuous, which has more rear-facing horns, and the tail changes slightly. Then you've got Arcuatus, which has incredible... I love that one. That one's actually probably my favorite. And the tail does change quite a bit as well. I don't know what else changes. The body does change as well. You've got spikes going along the neck and lower body too. But the main change there is those big horns. They just moved and that was really weird. Then you've got Veteran, which is he's battle scarred. So right there you can see on one side he's missing his eye, or he's like blind in an eye. He's missing part of his horn and all that. Really nice model here. It's a shame there's no like damage to the wings. Like I think there's a version of the Dracoviper that has damage to the wings, right? Then you go back to Kaylee. So let's go ahead and showcase this off in game. So here we have, this is the Dracoviper baby, and this thing I gotta say is so cute. This thing is small though. I do have to mention that. This thing is adorable though. Look at those little eyes. Kind of reminds me of Spyro, but if Spyro was like less, I don't know, more realistic looking. Look at how cute it is. They've done a really good job with this. So you get a standard bite attack when it is a baby. Now, one of the things that is important, this thing cannot attack in the air. There you go. You can't do your bite attack in the air. And when it comes to the baby calls, let's give them a quick showcase. Right. So the Dracoviper comes stacked with abilities, and it's a shame I won't be able to test these out on a dinosaur to see what they're like because we don't have to test subject today. That being said, I will be showcasing all of this on a live stream in the future, showcasing this mod off on my test server, which you guys will be able to join. So let's go ahead and talk about these abilities. You get, for the passives, you get athletic, violent, and bulky. plus 10% flight stamina for athletic, plus 3% attack damage for violent, and minus 5% incoming damage for bulky. As you can see, it doesn't change the armor stats, which is interesting. For the head, you get 4 head abilities with 2 slots to fill, so you have to pick and choose which one you think fits best. You've got the bite, which causes medium damage, Fortress Breaker, which is a charged bite that deals a high amount of damage. Then you get Ruiner, which is a bite that does medium damage, increases the opponent's incoming damage by 12% for 10 seconds. Then you get Triple Tear, which is a triple bite that causes medium damage on each hit, which I actually really like that one. I feel like that's going to be quite strong. Then you get, for your sensors, you get Ambush, which is your first attack when outside of combat will deal more damage. Then you get Overdrive, which increases damage by 10% but also increases cooldowns by 10%. Fairly interesting ability there. Definitely that 10% could be quite strong, especially if you have anything else that does increase damage too. Of course, Triple Tear with that 10% ability could actually be very, very strong. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, let's go to the other ones here. You've got, for your front limb, you've got Chariot Chaser, which gains 50% increased acceleration. Earth Shaker, which is a high damage area of effect with front feet, locks you in place when used. Then you've got Fly Swatter, Quick Wing Beat, that causes a small amount of damage and high knockback. Then you've got Gripping Claws. So you have 2 passives and 2 attacks here. So do you want the Gripping Claws that has increased turning mixed with an attack, or do you want Chariot Chaser which has better acceleration kind of thing? Now you go for your metabolism. You've got Gluttonous, which allows you to eat meat, fish, fruit, and insects. Then you have Picky, which allows you to only eat fresh meat, and Triturating Teeth, which allows you to eat bones, shellfish, nuts, and Fast Hunger Drain, but moderate Thirst Drain, which is fairly decent. For your hides, you get Shielding Wings, which takes 15% reduced damage from hits to your wings. Resilient Scales increases bleed and venom healing by 30%. Then you've got Pneumatic Bones, which gains 20% increased flying stamina, immunity to knockback while flying, and 10% reduced bone break healing. Then you go to, obviously, your back limb. You've got All-Terrain Dragon, which gains 10% increased trot speed, 10% increased swim speed, and 10% increased flight control. That is an incredible ability, by the way. And then you've got Long Distance Runner, which I'm not going to lie, I'd rather go All-Terrain Dragon over Long Distance Runner. Then you get Skydriver, which reduces fall damage by 40%, which is fairly interesting. Then you've got your tail, where you get Counterbalance, which is 5% increased turning while grounded. Hamstring Sever, which is an attack that causes medium damage and drains a small amount of stamina from the opponent. And Sharp Spines, which is plus 50% bleed damage. Then you get your tail attack as well, which causes medium damage. So here is the adult Dominus. This thing is insane. Like, it's big. I wish I could compare this in size to like a Rex, but I don't have a Rex with me. I know they've showcased it before. It's pretty much on par size-wise with that Rex. It's basically a Rex plus, guys. This thing is so cool. So one thing I do want to see, can you just vertical lift off straight away? No. You have to sprint, but to be fair, you don't need to sprint that long. That was almost instantaneous. I hope it has a little bit longer of a time to like properly get that sprint going, because like, let's go. Can you just do it while walking? No, you have to sprint. Oh, there we go. Maybe it does actually do it. Maybe I'm looking like a fool. 1 minute. It does drain a lot of stamina though when you are sprinting and when you are flying or taking off, when you do that jump. So let's give this one more go. Let's see. So, and then go. So it's like 2 seconds pretty much. It's not that bad. In the air, this thing's got decent flight control, of course. It flies pretty good. It is going to be heavy in the sky because it is a big behemoth. So that means that stamina isn't going to be as long. Gliding wise, this thing is really good while gliding. A big fan of this one in the gliding. Better than Ramfrinker's, which is like a brick. How come something this big glides better than a Ramp? Although we are slowing down now, which means we're slowly going down. Ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. There's a critter below me, and I don't know what it is. Oh, it's that right there. Is that a Wadiosaurus? No, it's a Didelphodon. Right, so this, I really like the flight control of this. Now, I do want to see what it's like if I just plunge my head into the ground. That's half health gone. You have the 40% reduction, and obviously you're going to reduce that massively, by the way. Now, in terms of the skins, this thing does get quite a few skins. Now, these are all the skins that it will get on release. So you've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 23 skins right there. And these are all of them. You get the default skin here, which is a gorgeous skin. The lighting's not the best here to show it, but I guess it's helping every now and then. Then you got Emerald, which is a very, very green skin. Then we go to Edgelord, which of course is the skull. This will be perfect for Halloween. I can see a lot of people using this one. Eagle, which looks gorgeous. By the way, the detail on this model is great. Then you got Gannet. Really nice. This is blended really well considering it is a bird. You know, I do prefer it over the eagle skin. Then you've got Ancient, which has to be my favorite. Is that a blue or is that a purple? I can't tell. But either way, the oranges, the yellows, and the bluey purple blends very well together. Then you have Emperor. Then Outworld, which has the blues. Then you've got Destruction. This one's the best one. Orange and blacks. Anything with this color scheme, instant win in my eyes. Now, I've kind of forgotten where I am. Here we are. And then we're at Wasp. Wasp's very scary. Then you got Piebald, which is a gorgeous skin. I love the Piebald skins. I always think they're really well made. Golden Jade. Another really nice skin right there. Mountain. Very nice. Collared. Moth, which is a really, really pretty skin. Then we're going to the final 7 now. So you've got Leviathan, which is actually number 8. We're in the final 8 technically. Now we're in the final 7. Ouroboros, which, if I recall correctly, I mean, it means something. But like back in the day when I used to play Geometry Dash, there was a level called Ouroboros. Obviously, you know. Then you got Aurora, really nice. Then you've got Classic, like a classic dragon pretty much. Cassiopeia, which is actually really pretty. Okay, they cooked with that one. Jasper, this one could actually be one of the favorites as well. Wow. Melanistic as well, and Albino as well to wrap it up. A lot of skins there, a lot of choices. You'll have a lot to choose from. And they're all really, really well made. Although my favorite ones, if I had to pick, Destruction, definitely up there. Cassiopeia, Jasper, and Piebald would be up there as well. So, what is my thoughts on the Dracovipers, since, of course, I am playing it right now as a quick early thing. Now, I can't give my full thoughts on it before I outro this video because I haven't seen the attacks yet. Although it is important that you can't do any of those attacks in the air. I will say this model is beautiful and the flight control is actually pretty good for how big it is. It does feel heavy in the air, which is what you need for something like this. Now, I'm very curious and excited to play this when I'm back from holiday to give it a proper test. If this releases while I'm away, if it does, that's just my luck, isn't it? Will everything happen while I'm away? Who knows? But yeah, I really like it, and I think you all will as well. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. I do apologize for not showing the attacks or anything. This is literally recorded about 2 hours before I leave, and so I only have like an hour to edit this because I haven't packed yet. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day, and yeah, see you later.